finally, here's Opel's brand new Astra. It's definitely got the Golf beat on looks, and all it needs to do now is beat the Focus for drivability. It's got that all new Opel visor face, it's got a whole new interior with updated infotainment system, and it's got a whole host of engines. This particular version is a 1.5 diesel and it starts at €33,000. This is the Opel Astra SRI 5-door hatch. It has an annual road tax of around €190. This black pack means that it's got Opel's black logo, it's got the visor frame, and it's got a high gloss black Astra rear badge and the dual tone roof as well. It's also got 17-inch cadet black alloy wheels. Cadet throwing it back to the past. They've done a nice job of integrating all of the automated systems into the front grille here. You barely notice them with all of the black. Got a nice roof spoiler, lovely rear end, and that Astra typeface. So let's jump in and have a look what we have here. Right, that's the seat. For a start, we've got this really nice touch just along here. Gives it that kind of SRI sporting heritage. Again, with the simple layout and the easy to read dash, this is very nicely integrated to make it look like it's one panel when in fact, yes, it is two. So you have a very simple readout in front of you. This is the 1.5 litre diesel, and apparently that's going to get you 900 kilometers, give or take. Here's the infotainment screen. So you've got a mix of touchscreen settings as well as buttons for your air conditioning, which is a touch up or touch down. For that, we'll bring it down for the moment. You've only got one air vent just here between the driver and the passenger. Passenger does have two of their own over this side, and then the driver has another one integrated over here as well on this side. So there's your home button. That brings you back to your phone. Mirror screen. You've got Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. You can connect your device quite easily. Application drawer. Plenty of screens. Up, down, doesn't do much. Seat options. So there's your heated seats, passenger seats. You've got a heated steering wheel as well. Got quick access to your heated seats here. You've got a panoramic camera. You've got lane keeping assist. Unfortunately, you have to turn that off at the start of every journey. You've got stop start. Same again, you have to turn that off at the start of every journey. It's a shame that you can't just fix your settings the same way you fix your seat adjustment and the steering wheel adjustment. Hopefully that's something that the manufacturers will bring in the future, but for now you will have to maybe turn it on and off because Ireland does not have good road design and it doesn't really suit it. I know I bring it up with every chance, but that's just how it is. Okay, so down here you've also got your 12-volt charger, room for your mobile phone, wireless charger as well if you option it, and your USB-C and your USB ports. This is a manual, it's a 6-speed. If you go for the automatic, it is an 8-speed. And here are your cup holders, and this is pretty decent. There's a good space there actually, yeah, very good space. So you've got your usual safety and security. You've got forward collision alerts. You've got adaptive cruise control just here. You've got your lane keep assist. Yeah, again, just want to turn that off at the start of every journey for me anyway. You've got automatic emergency braking with pedestrian detection, traffic sign recognition, keyless entry and start, which is brilliant. You've also got your heated steering wheel, which is very, very nice. Dual climate control. You've got adjustable power folding heated door mirrors, and you've got these driver sports AGR seats. So the AGR has been researched and refined by an external company, and working with Opel, they've done an absolutely fantastic job of designing these seats for orthopedic comfort. So this is what the space looks like in the back. It's pretty decent for this hatchback class. Jump in. Once you get it, it's a little tight in the opening. So a bit more tricky to fit like baby seats and get access to that. But once you do, pretty decent rear visibility for the passenger here too. And you've also got some aircon vents, you don't always get that. And then you've got a USB-C charger, which is great too. You've got this really nice jet black cloth and it's a leather effect. It's called the Greta seat trim. I'm not too sure if that's in honor of herself, but they also split and fold, leaving quite a big and large accessible boot space. And you've also got this armrest with cup holders as well, and a ski style hatch. Really lovely front cabin there for the front seat passengers with that red slash throughout. Very comfortable seats so far. The minute you jump in, they're quite low slung, so it's got that really sporty hatchback vibe. Even though this is 1.5 litre diesel, it moves along quite nicely. You can see the visor trim goes from the outside and follows through into the interior as well, with that all black panel. Everything is just very simply laid out, very easy to use and reach, but already I've got fingerprints all over that nice black dash, so you probably want to have a cloth handy if you're a bit like myself and wanted to keep things nice and tidy. Right, so that's the external and internal tour. So I'm just going to drive it back now. So this has just been a very, very quick whistle-stop tour of the brand new Astra. But getting into this SRI Astra has been quite a nice experience. There's lovely materials used on the steering wheel, and that's what you touch the most. So it's a very pleasant feel from it. But other areas, there's slightly harder wearing textures. Fair enough in the door bins, I don't mind when they're like whatever plastic they use there, if they're going to save money, because I'm not going to be touching that all the time. But throughout the rest of the cabin, it's nice materials, nice to touch. And then the seats, I really like the seats in this. Your nice low slung hatchback style seats work very, very well for the Astra. This is a manual, it's also a diesel, but it still runs quite nicely. Who doesn't like to have fun on a manual down country roads? Seeing as I don't know where I am, I've set up Apple CarPlay on the infotainment system, and it literally took me seconds. Some cars have had, and it's taken me a lot longer, but this was very simple and very easy to use. So I'm now able to read the maps very clearly off the screen on the dash here. Again, it's a very simple system on the inside, very simple, simply laid out dash, very easy to read. They don't go crazy on the graphics, and yeah, so you can quickly tell what speed you're doing. I really do like the way they've reflected the exterior visor face on the interior. It works so well, and it's a very nice dash to look at. A lot of manufacturers forget that when someone has paid quite a lot of money for their cars, yes, it's great that they look good on the outside, but it's also very important that they look nice on the interior as well, because that's pretty much what you're going to be looking at the entire time. And it's just a reminder every time you get into your car of just how hard you've worked and how much money you've spent on that car. And you don't want to feel like you've been shortchanged by a cheap interior, which this is not. The Astra should do very well when put up against the Focus. While the Focus and the Astra both look good on the outside, the Focus interior is quite dated, and while the Sync 3 system in the Focus works very well, what you're looking at visually looks dated, looks old, and definitely needs a revamp. They've been using that styling for far too long, and it just needs to look a little bit nicer. And that's where Opel wins out.